Greetings, everyone. Hope everyone is keeping safe and healthy. Samantha here, and I will be your host for today's talk, where we'll be covering information on various topics throughout the whole day of the e-Open Day today. Now, sitting with me, in front of me, actually, is Mr. Yap Houston, who is the Deputy Director of Academic Studies, Future Education, and he will be speaking to every one of you about the future learning of youth at MCKL.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Yeah, good to see all of you here. E-meet all of you here. Probably you can see me, but I cannot see you. But anyway, welcome to this talk. Yeah, so as Mentor has mentioned, so I'll be speaking to you about this topic called the future learning for youth. All right. Now, let me share my screen, my slide with you. All right. Okay, so basically what is this future learning for youth all about? Now, I'm sure if not all of you, at least I hope some of you have actually heard about this term called industrial revolution right now. Yeah, it will be a very common term that you will keep on hearing in the social media or even mass media right now. So probably it's good that for us to actually start to understand a little more about this industrial revolution before we dive in, to the future learning for youth. Now, as you can see on the timeline over here, now the industrial revolution started back in the 18th century. Okay, so in the 18th century, the entire industrialization started to take place, and it happens because the introduction of steam and water power, and people are starting to use this machine in the manufacturing industry. All right. Then when it goes to the 19th century, as you can see over here, so the introduction of electrical power has actually also changed or transformed, the manufacturing industry as well, where we can see a lot of mass production on the assembly lines and so on. Now, then not long ago in the 20th century, that is another industrial revolution, or we call it the industrial revolution, where we focus very much on the electronics items. So I still remember when I was at school, everyone was like going into E&E, electrical and electronics. That was really the trend at that time. And most of my friends, will be actually going for these futures, the studies in IT, So that was the so-called the trend back in the 20th century, not too long ago. So guess what? Now we are in 21st century, and people call this as the fourth industrial revolution, or another short term that you may hear is IR 4.0. So what is this IR 4.0 all about? So IR 4.0 basically focusing on the automation. The keyword is automation, and you will actually hear a lot of terms like cloud computing, cybersecurity. So basically, that is the background when we talk about industrial revolution. So it has gone to, gone through 3 phases, and now we are in the 4th phase. Okay. Now to zoom in a little bit to give you an idea what this IR 4.0 is all about, as you can see on this diagram. So basically, these are some of the aspects, if not all, some of the aspects that very much focus in the IR 4.0. As I mentioned earlier on, we talk about very much on this robotic system. Then cloud computing is another term which is very common right now in the industry. Internet of Things, cybersecurity, and another word is big data. You will hear a lot of people talking about data science, or even graduates. After they leave university, they will actually go into data analysis or data analytics, or they even become a data scientist later on. So that is the background of what is happening right now in the world. And how is this going to impact the entire job market? And how are we going to prepare, or how are you going to prepare as the future learners, in this IR 4.0? So basically, that is the scope of the discussion for today. Now, according to this World Economic Forum, if you are aware, or if you are not, you can just Google and you can read up a lot of reports by this World Economic Forum. So in January 2020, early this year, so WEF, yeah, World Economic Forum, actually released a report that talks about the job for tomorrow. So in this report, basically WEF reported the emerging professions cluster, yeah, in this 21st century. So of course there are many jobs, but eventually they kind of group them together or separate them together in 7 different clusters, as you can see on the slide. So these are the 7 clusters. So you can see it's very much related to IR 4.0. The first one is none other than data and artificial intelligence, data and AI. The second one is no longer just engineering itself, which is we are so familiar with it in the last century. Now it has to be engineering plus cloud computing related these professions. And of course, while we are diving into so much of technology based and internet things, we are not forgetting as well about people around us. So therefore, there's another cluster that talks about people and culture. We are very much focusing on the need, for how we actually manage or lead the talent around us. Okay, so technology is one thing, but we also need the brain, the people, the human beings to actually manage the technology. Now, then, of course, we have product development, sales, marketing, and content. I'm sure you have heard about digital marketing, content writer, or all this kind of new terminology, which doesn't exist in the 20th century, all right, or maybe a decade ago. Then you have this care economy, which actually talk about, how, as the people age, what kind of care needed, for this group of people. Then we also have green economy, which is another cluster that looks into how we preserve our environment, how to make sure our world can go through sustainable development. Okay, so these are the 7 profession clusters as reported by World Economic Forum, due to the IR 4.0. Now, besides this emerging class of professions, another area highlighted in the report was the in-demand skills clusters. So graduates no longer, are expected to have just academic qualification. At the same time, they are expected to acquire various skills to help them to perform better in the future work. Now, what are the skills? As you can see over here on the slide, there are 5 major clusters according to this report by WEF. Now, the first one is business skills. So regardless what kind of industry or what kind of discipline you are from, you are expected to have somewhat a little bit of business skills. For example, you are expected to know a little bit of marketing or project management. Project management is a very common thing right now. And of course, business development. That's why we are not surprised to see some of the graduates, they could be from maybe engineering discipline or maybe any other discipline, but actually at the end, when they started their career, they slowly move into business development. So that is also possible. So the key point here is don't confine ourselves with this mindset whereby if I study discipline A, and therefore I must get a job in discipline A. So it's no longer that case. And another way to look at it is maybe try to unlearn or try to put aside the mindset whereby we always ask, parents and students always ask, if I choose to study this program A, will I get a job or not? That is another common question or concern by the parents and students. So sometimes we are in the education industry for so many years, we look at it as in, even you are graduate from program A, doesn't mean that you will, work in a program, industry related to program A anymore. But on the other hand, how are we going to prepare, or how you as the learner preparing for the future is to make sure you acquire these in-demand skill sets. As I mentioned, the first one, business skills. Then the next one is specialized industry skills. Now, this is more specialized if you are going into those specialized industry, for example, medical, then you will have to pick up related specialized skills. Yeah. Now the third one is very general, which is called the general and soft skills. Yeah. So across any discipline, yeah, the graduates are expected to acquire this kind of soft skills. Now this has been there. Yeah, principle doesn't change. Yeah, no matter is IR 4.0 or IR 5.0 in the future and so on, we are still expecting graduates to have certain form of leadership, critical thinking, communication skill, problem solving skills. Now this is how we're going to differentiate a person, yeah, when they enter the job market. Paper qualification or academic qualification is one area or one factor, but how are you going to stand out among your peers? All right. Sometimes, or most of the time, I would say, the key differentiator is the general and the soft skills. Okay. Now, the fourth cluster, which I am very, interested to look at, or very, amazed by the report, is the expectation to have tech baseline skills. Now, of course, in the last century, if we do not know much about computing, it's fine. But now it's no longer the case. Yeah, even young child, they know how to actually operate a lot of electronic devices. Yeah. In fact, we cannot live without Wi-Fi. We cannot live without our gadgets anymore, right? So as you can see here, tech baseline skills, graduates are expected to really have some basic computing literacy, like how to actually at least operate all those Microsoft Office these applications, and of course on any other industrial related application. Okay, and finally is the tech disruptive skills. Yeah, tech disruptive skills refers to like data science, automation, cloud computing, cybersecurity. Now these are all again very related to the IR 4.0 kind of skills. So as we can see over here, the reason why I share all this with you is we can see the IR 4.0 has actually impacted the future job market very much. And therefore, as an education institution, how are we going to embrace this kind of change? And how are we going to prepare you, the future learners, in the future world? That is very much our concern. And I would say Methodist College Kuala Lumpur, we are committed and we are ready to embrace the change, to continue to deliver quality and relevant education for you. Okay. Now, how are we going to be able to help you to be future ready? So last year, under the leadership of the college and together with the support from our board of directors and board of governors, so we actually set up two different units, yeah, to embrace the change in IR 4.0. The first one is Digital Education Unit, or in short, the DEU. Now, under this DEU, we actually work closely with these two organizations. The first one is called ICDL, which stands for International Certification of Digital Literacy. Now, basically, this ICDL offer a wide range of modules, all right, to prepare students or learners, in the future world. I would say, graduates are equipped with the latest digital skills, for the workforce, yeah, or for the future job market. Now, this I will zoom into this ICDL, in more details later. So that is one initiative that we have taken in MCKL. Now, the second one, we have also just actually invited or even signed a contract with this AWS Academy to actually look into cloud computing. So two directions. One is to integrate the curriculum from AWS Academy into our future programs. All right. The second direction is to actually offer this AWS Academy curriculum to maybe future learners or even adult learners right now who are in the job market, who would like to actually upskill and reskill themselves in the area of cloud computing in order to become a cloud practitioner. All right. Now, if you are very overwhelmed with all this terminology, it's fine. Just treat it as something new, something unavoidable, something that we will need to expose ourselves, to all these new changes and new technology. So just be open-minded, unlearn ourselves, and be ready to relearn and reskill ourselves. So that is one area on DEU. The second area is the MCKL. We have actually set up another department, which is called the Future Education. Currently, I was tasked to head or to look into this Future Education division. Now, I'm glad to announce that we have actually received the approval from Malaysian Qualification Agency, or MQA, to launch these two new programs in 2021. So the first one is Diploma in Computer Science. Yeah, so in this diploma, we are going to very much focus into data science. Now, computer science is, of course, a very generic term. It has been there for many, many years. But right now, when we design the curriculum, we make sure, the component of data science and programming has become very dominant in this program, because we know if it's just a traditional or conventional diploma in computing science, it may not be relevant to the new era right now. Yeah, therefore, data science is one of the key focus in our program. Yeah, to prepare you, the future learners and the future worker in the job market. Now, the second diploma that we have received approval from MQA is this Diploma in Information Technology. All right. So again, you will see and you will hear a lot of similar program like this, Diploma in Information Technology. Yeah, the name is actually very generic, but in our curriculum, we are going to specialize in Internet of Things. Now, what is Internet of Things? Basically, it's just use of a lot of this wireless technology, or how we interact with the internet. Yeah, actually, you have been using it, in your daily life. For example, now on our phone, probably we can just use it as a remote control to actually, connect with any kind of devices at your home. Yeah, it could be some of the electrical appliances. Yeah, so it's no longer the conventional remote control that we need to have. It used to come together with the appliance that you actually purchase. Yeah, so just one phone, we can live our life in a very different way. Okay, so these are the efforts and initiatives that MCKF has started in this year, 2020. So it's definitely an exciting year for us. Besides the COVID situation, in terms of education, we are ready. We are ready to embrace the change, and we are ready to journey with you, as the future learners, into this new era. Okay, though it's uncertain, but I believe it's equally exciting. Now, because of all this change and the new efforts, so what are we going to do now is, when come to next year, in April 5th to 14 May, we are going to have this short course where we name it as Future Learning for Youth, or in short, FLY program. Probably we will give you a little bit of hope and a little bit of excitement, because for one whole year, none of us can fly anymore. But maybe next year, this FLY program will give us a little bit of this boost in terms of our morale and confidence, maybe. Yeah, so basically it's a 6-week short course, because we know it has been quite a challenging year for all of you out there, regardless whether you are from the ICGSE background, or you are, the current SPM students who are supposed to finish your exam by now soon, but unfortunately you will have to drag on to February and March next year. Yeah, I know it's not easy. Yeah, I have been student, of course, myself. Yeah, so the longer we drag, the longer we become restless, the more we become restless. So we just want to get it done. Now, once you have finished your SPM or even your IGCSE next year, hopefully you can use use your time to, in a way, give yourself an opportunity to quiet down yourself, to really think about what you really want to do. Yeah, because this whole year has been so overwhelming for you. Now, from April 5th to 14 May, 6 weeks. Yeah, so it's a short course. And what are you going to do in this short course? So at least you can do 2 modules from ICDL. Yeah, as I mentioned, ICDL stands for International Certification of Digital Literacy. They offer a wide range of certification in digital skills. So make use of the time, come and join us, all right? And then at least get 2 certification, yeah, in digital skills. And the good news is this 2 certification has no expiry date. So in a way, it adds values to your resume or your portfolio in the future. When you go out to work, all right, it's no longer just your academic qualification. The future employers are going to look at what else do you know besides your degree or your diploma. So at least you have some form of digital skills to showcase, all right, in your resume or during your interview, all right? And of course, as I mentioned, soft skills and general skills is another component that we should not neglect. So in this 6 weeks program, we are going to equip you, yeah, with some of the very important soft skills. There will be plenty of opportunity where you can, step up and learn your communication skills, your leadership skills, yeah, and your how to work together as a team player, or even how to solve problems. All right. Now let me dive in a little bit further on this ICR modules. So what you can do during these 6 weeks will be from all these 4 modules that we have selected. Now, why these 4 modules? Very simple, because these are the top skills needed, not only top skills, but basic or essential skills needed, for any future learners and future employees in the job market. The first one is information literacy. Well, this is very, very important because we live in the times where information is rich, but discernment is poor. All right. So we are flooded with plenty of information on the social media, on the internet, but are they all reliable? How are we going to tell whether this is genuine or is a fake news before we forward or before we actually use it, in any of our academic work? So this module, this information literacy is going to teach you, how to actually evaluate and use reliable, credible source, or information. Now, the second one is advanced document. Of course, we notice that many students, they struggle when they come to us, especially for our academic programs. They struggle in terms of how to prepare or how to, write their assignment or prepare their report in a proper way. Yeah, no longer just in your own casual way, like you are writing this essay or writing your own story. There has to be a proper and professional way of preparing documents. What are the do's and don'ts? So you will learn all that in advanced document. The third one is spreadsheets. Yeah, how you're going to use Microsoft Excel, and some of the formulas, some of the ways where it can help you to prepare chart tables. Yeah, none of us can avoid or can escape, from this processing any numeracy data. All right, because we live in the world of big data, isn't it? Yeah, so spreadsheets is the basic one, and the more advanced will be data analytics, where you'll be learning some of the tools or these ways on how to analyze data, how to present your data. So out of these 4 modules, you can choose minimum 2. Okay, you can choose minimum 2. And just one note over here, whereby if you want to do data analytics, you must do together with spreadsheets. In other words, if you are selecting 2, and if you want to do data analytics, that means you must choose spreadsheets. You cannot do the other 2 anymore. But if you want to do spreadsheets only, you can choose another one, maybe information literacy or advanced document. Okay, I hope I made myself very clear. All right, so out of these 4, you can choose minimum 2. Now, what about if some students say, okay, I would like to do more? Is that all right? Fine, no problem. You can even do 3, and you can even do all the 4, provided you can cope. Because throughout this 6 weeks, not only you have the face-to-face classes, you also have the online classes, all right? But at the same time, you will have to sit for diagnostic tests before you finally go for a certification test. and you have to pass both this diagnostic and also certification tests in order to receive the international certification from the organization. All right. So you have to balance it. No point taking many of them, but eventually doesn't make it through. Then it's just a waste of time and also money. All right. Now, one very good news for today, yeah, because we always want to give complimentary, or we call it free stuff, yeah, during special occasions like this. So for those who have actually signed up for this FLY program, the Future Learning for Youth program, you will also get complimentary modules. All right. So a part of the 2 modules out of 4 that you have chosen, you can also actually choose either one of these at no additional cost. Okay. So it's either cloud computing or Internet of Things. Now, these 2 modules are very new, yeah, just launched by ICDL, and it will be a fully online module, no face-to-face class, yeah, because that is the pilot study of ICDL. Now, cloud computing, definitely you learn how to store all your data on the cloud, right? At least you know there's a cloud in the computers. No longer this just the clouds on the sky, okay, please. And another one is Internet of Things, as I mentioned, how you actually use internet in all those embedded system, wireless sensor, and automation. So it will be a good exposure. Yeah, in fact, I myself also want to sign up for this module and want to learn more about this cloud computing and Internet of Things. So remember, choose either one of these. You cannot get both. Unfortunately, that is the rule from ICDL, because they just want to expose to more learners, yeah, and limited space, yeah, for these 2 modules. So it's subject to availability and based on the first come first serve basis. All right. So I hope I have given you a good insights about this program, as well as what you're going to learn and how are you going to prepare yourself for the future, yeah, before you actually pursue or continue with your studies with MCKL. So if you have any these questions, you can feel free to ask now, or if not, later on you can contact our admission department. Yeah, the registration is open from today onwards, so feel free to just drop by and then fill up some forms and or even inquire further, yeah, from our colleagues. Okay, that's all I want to share. Thank you.